Okay, hey, welcome to Snow Day, January 29th of 2019. I will be brief so that you can get on with what you need to do. Just as a reminder, the other day we did these CUDA works, multiplying exponents, dividing exponents, raising exponents to a power. Most of you probably on Monday got through multiplying and dividing, but maybe didn't get to this raising exponents to a power. I'm going to show you a couple of things so that you can move on through that and also get to this all exponent properties kind of brought together. I did want to bring your attention to the fact that all of these would be due by the 14th, which is, I don't want you to wait that long, but that is the date that they would all be due. That's when we're going to have our test on this unit. So anyway, get it done because I'm going to take homework grades on it before then, but certainly it has to be done at least by then. All right, so moving on, I'm just going to show you a couple of examples. And sorry, I'm not in my classroom, so I don't have my flip chart kind of thing, and so it looks a little funky here. But I'm just going to give you two examples. Simplify. Answer should contain only positive exponents. So I want you to notice on the very first thing that I'm going to do here, see this parentheses in the exponent I've got, and I'm going to square the 2 and the u, both of those, because they're in parentheses. And so I get 4u squared. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with that negative exponent up there, that v to the negative 1. So you can see that basically what I did was I took the v to the negative 1 and I dropped it down the denominator. We talked about negative exponents and their base. If they're moved to the opposite, up in the numerator, down the denominator, then the base and its exponent becomes positive, the exponent. If it was negative and it was in the denominator, you'd move it, in the numerator, I said it correct the first time, the denominator, then you'd move it up to the numerator. All right, look what I'm going to do next. Probably combine those v's. V and v to the first get combined, to v squared. And then the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this little rule of canceling some stuff out. I've got u to the third and u squared there. And sure enough, the 2 of these u squareds go away and cancel out with u squared up here, but it's left with 1 or a u to the first. And that's my final answer. There's nothing else. I've got all positive exponents. I have a reduced fraction in 3/4, and there's nothing else to combine. So that was one problem. And that's what you're going to encounter in that fourth CUDA works. All right, so here's another one. Just to give you another example, I'm going to go to the parentheses first, and I'm going to square both the y to the first and the x to the negative third. So watch what happens. I've got now this parentheses part became y squared and x to the negative 6. Did you see that? Negative 3 raised to the second power. All right, and now I'm just going to do a little maneuvering. So I'm going to pull this back, and I'm not quite done with it yet. I want you to see that I've got bits and pieces. I kind of rewrote everything, but that y to the negative 2, when I put it down into the denominator, it's going to become y to the positive 2. And that x to the negative 6, when I pull that down into the denominator, it's going to become x to the positive 6. All right. And the next thing I think I'm going to do is kind of combine some things. Up in the numerator, I'm all good, but down in the denominator, I need to combine some bases and their exponents. So watch what happens here. I got that 2x to the 8th. Did you see that? X squared, x to the 6th, x to the 8th. Y to the third came from y squared, and that y to the understood first. And then last but not least, I'm going to cancel some things out. This x to the third is going to cancel out with 3 of these x's in here, so I'm going to be left with x to the 5th down below. And, that's what happened. And that y, because y squared up in the numerator, canceled out with 2 of the y's that are down in this y to the third, and I'm left with that. And that's it. All right, so thank you for watching. And so your snow day assignment is to go and finish the CUDA works. Good luck with that, and refer back to this video if you need to.